Back in 2002, Volkswagen introduced one of their most important lines yet, the R brand. They introduced it based on the Mark IV chassis, the R32 having a 3.2 litre VR6 engine, putting out 241 horsepower, 4-motion 4-wheel drive, and it was the first iteration of a passenger car with a DSG automatic gearbox. See, that Golf R formula that was introduced by the R32 was one of uncompromised performance mixed with just being able to rely on a car, being able to push it to its limits, but being able to rely on it and being able to know that it has your back no matter what. And the success of the Golf R32 meant we saw many Golf Rs come after that. The Mark V generation kept that 3.2 litre VR6 and only improved on it. And then came the Mark VII, which introduced the 2 litre TSI EA888 engines. But now we've this, which is the updated version of the Mk8 Golf R. And I'm really happy that we still have cars like this. This is powered by a 333 horsepower, 2 litre TSI engine. Of course, it has 4-motion, 4-wheel drive, and it also has a torque vectoring rear diff. Stylistically, we get a couple of upgrades as well with a brand new bumper, which adds to the little bit of aggressive nature of the front of this car, but also keeps it quite classy. And we also have a really fun little feature, which is these self-aligning wheel centers here that say Golf R on it. Very Rolls-Royce of them, but really cool to have it nonetheless. Around the back, it's characteristically Golf R as well, with everything that's been right before just being improved on further. We have the lovely spoiler, the tail lights, even this lovely diffuser at the back as well, with the characteristic quad-tip exhaust that make the Golf R what it is. And this also has the optional Akrapovič exhaust, which sounds a little bit like this. One of the things that really sets the Golf R apart and makes it so much different from the GTI is of course that 4-motion system. And here we have a cutaway of what that R Performance rear diff looks like with mechanical torque vectoring, which means you can control a lot more of where power is being sent to, which makes this car so much more predictable when it comes to driving on a track or any kind of B-road. But it's also the interior of a Golf R that makes it what it is. As with a lot of Volkswagen and Golf interiors, everything is where it needs to be and everything's in a great space, but it just feels, the Golf R just feels that little touch above everything else. We get these stunning seats with suede as well, and we get carbon, apparently real carbon, here on the dash as well. But one thing we do miss in the Mk8 Golf R is of course the manual gearbox. These are only available with 7-speed DSG gearbox, but apparently they're really good at actually holding revs and not shifting too early. So you can, if you actually force it into manual, you can force it to stick at certain revs more than you could with any other car in the sector. But while we're sad that the manual gearbox is gone, apparently only 2% of people ended up optioning them for the previous generations, because I think a car like this does kind of need to have the DSG gearbox to get every last inch out of it. And it's an amazing package when you do have that DSG. And because Volkswagen is quite proud of the Golf R product range, we get a lot of hints towards the Golf R in here. We get the blue stitching on the steering wheel, a Golf R button on the steering wheel itself, which selects driving mode, blue trims here, and also of course the seats have blue trimming on them as well. And this is one of the things that really differentiate this from the GTI line of products as well, which have a lot more red in them. And one thing they have changed, which I did notice as well when driving the prototype earlier, is that the one of the big problems before was your palms. If you're driving hard around like B roads and stuff, your palms would end up turning on the heated steering wheel or just constantly hitting the Golf R driving profile modes. And apparently now they've changed it so that they need a lot more pressure to do so. And while I was out for a drive earlier, the same issues that I felt with the original Mk8 did not occur. So I didn't end up absolutely burning the hands off myself because I accidentally pressed the heated steering wheel option. So this is the brand new Golf R, and I am incredibly happy to see that Volkswagen is still making incredible cars under the R product line. Everything back to the R32, the original R32 that I absolutely loved growing up, to this has been phenomenal. And I'm incredibly happy that I got the chance to drive some of the pre-production cars today, and that we'll hopefully be seeing a lot of these on the road very soon. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on the brand new Golf R. Is it everything you expected and hoped it would be? And also, please don't follow or subscribe to RetroGarage if you don't like old school or classic cars, or my takes on interesting modern cars like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers, take care, bye-bye.